How are you doing, Kara?
I'm doing phenomenal. I'm just so blessed. Thank you so much. How are you?
Oh my God, you used one of my favorite words in the world. It goes all the way back to one of my favorite general managers in radio. Phenomenal. He would walk through the radio station and he would go, "Are you having a phenomenal day?" And if I said no, he'd say, "Get into my office because I got to teach you how to be phenomenal."
I love that. I know that's right. I love that.
Man, this journey that you're on right now, I hope you're taking notes. I hope you're taking pictures because life moves so quickly that one day someone's going to say, "You did what?" And then this way you can show them everything.
I know. I definitely am documenting as much as I possibly can. And it is definitely very, very fast. It's been going by very, very fast. But it's so exciting. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunity.
One of the things that you get the opportunity to do, and I'm so jealous that you do, because you get to be up close and personal with people as an Uber car driver. Because, I mean, this is a place where you can really, and you're known for singing your songs in that car, aren't you?
Absolutely. Yes.
Do people instantly try to pick you out? Hey, I got to get her because she's going to sing me music on the way home.
Well, the thing is with the driving for Uber, the passengers didn't necessarily know that I sung until they would get in the car and we would start talking. They would ask me about my background and ask me what I do outside of Uber. And when I would tell them that I was a singer, they would always want to, like, most of them will put me on the spot, like, "Oh, you're a singer? Well, can I hear something?" And me being, a real singer and just being confident, I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." And I sing for them, and they would be really surprised and blown away. And sometimes I would play my music for them. And, it was really a cool networking tool as well to connect with a lot of people. But yeah, it played its part for the time that I was doing it, for sure. And I wouldn't change it.
Well, to me, you understand the music business. And sure, you're living in the moment of now, but you still have to have a connection to the future. And somebody that sits in your car could be that answer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You never know who, just in general, you never know who you're meeting or who you're coming in contact with. And you definitely got to be ready. You have to, it's like, stay ready. You don't got to get ready. So once I started doing, the more rides I would do and the more people would ask me, I'd be like, okay, this is actually just a good networking tool. So I'm just going to do it just so I can network as well and make my money. So it definitely was a win-win.
Well, it reminds me of a story back in the 1980s of a female performer that kept a cassette tape with her at all times. She says, "I'm going to meet somebody famous one day. One day I'm going to meet that famous person." A gentleman comes into the restaurant. His name is Tommy Mottola, and Mariah Carey handed him that cassette. Changed her life because she was ready.
Yep. Stay ready. You don't have to get ready. You never know who you're going to be around, so I know that story too. I'm a big fan of Mariah. So I definitely know that story.
So you and I are living some history right now, and that history is that for the first time in 50 years, the Beatles are back on Billboard's charts with a song that was brought to life through AI. How is that changing your place of play?
Honestly, I'll say for me personally, because, AI is still fairly new, so I haven't really gotten my feet wet as much as I know I'm probably going to eventually with AI. But, but honestly, I don't know. I just feel like with me, I'm a soul singer and I sing with so much passion and I sing with a lot of emotion. And, I respect AI and what it's doing and the evolution of AI, but I just feel like with me personally, at least now, I haven't really gotten my feet wet with it that much because, I don't know, I guess I'm just more on the side of like the human side of it, but there's ways that it could be meshed and it definitely plays a part in the evolution of not even just music, but just technology and just life in general. So I'm probably gonna dabble. I see myself dabbling in it a little more as the time goes on.
I got to tell you how important soul music is right now, and I got a good dose of reality yesterday when I went to a park because I was just going to sit there and practice my pickleball, and I got half the court, and on the other side of the court were these three guys playing basketball. I was thinking, oh, they're just going to jump out and they're going to play some hip hop and they're going to get into that style of music. No, it was soul that they were listening to, and that totally blew me away. There's a movement going on because people want to get into a zone and allow it to do what it's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's crazy. It's definitely a change, but like I said, I respect it. I respect what it's doing. And, I'm excited to see what comes from it, as time progresses.
As you play that music live in different bars and restaurants and things, what do you need to do to be remembered? It's got to be more than just a business card. Are you working on that kind of an image as well?
I think the thing for me personally, how I always want to be remembered is, just how I carry myself, and also when I'm performing, I want it to be a connection. I want to connect with my audience. I want them to feel something when I'm performing. So I want to be unforgettable, but also but in the most authentic way. I just want to be felt. So that's the main thing, just feeling me, feeling my spirit, feeling my soul, and, just feeling that energy from, a higher power that's bigger than myself. And, and also just, being on my P's and Q's and just being about my business and, just being on top of things, all of that meshed into a whole big thing. So for lack of a better word.
Because you have to create a conversation in between the songs, don't you? You have to have that element of, hey, I relate with you, you relate with me. Hey, do you mind if I sing a song?
Absolutely. Oh, are you asking me if you could sing a song?
Oh, no. I couldn't sing. You would look at me and go, no, dude, put that thing away. All right. You don't even try. All right.
I thought you said you wanted. Okay.
No, it's to me, because I love it when musicians up on stage, when they share that story in between the songs. It's not like going from one to the next to the next to the next, or saying, hey, you might remember this one. No, there's stories between them now.
Yes, absolutely. And I was able to really experience that on a deep, deep level when I went overseas to perform. It was a really intimate show that I did at this place called the Pizza Express, the Pheasantry in Chelsea. And in between each song, I spoke and I told my story. And it was like a segue, a song, and then I would speak, and then it would be a segue into the next song, and it's important to tell a story when you're performing, because you don't want to just get up there and just be robotic, and you want to make people feel something. You want them to be able to relate, and you want them to take something from it. And if you could tell a story while doing that, I feel like there's no better way to really express yourself, when you're in that element. So
one of the things that I've done before is that before you go out on that live stage, it's almost like I say, okay, I'll see you on the other side, because I know that once I'm out on that stage, I'm not the same person I was before that stage. Do you go through that same kind of change
Absolutely.
as well? Yeah.
Absolutely. One thing about me, when I'm performing, I feel like I'm not like I'm me, but it's just a different energy that just takes over me. And it's an experience, I've learned this just from, just growing in my artistry and getting to know myself as an artist. And that's something that's really important to me. I want them to be able to have an experience. So when I first get on the stage, they're like, oh, okay, she's pretty. She has a pretty voice. But on the other side, like you said, on the other side, it's a totally different energy that I get, when they speak to me, or if I speak to people after I'm done performing. It's like a different energy where we just go to a whole nother level, and they get me and they understand me because we're able to connect. And it's it's a really cool form of intimacy. And that's really, really important to me as a performer, for sure.
What you just explained is like what I call transitioning. I have to learn to understand my transitions and what's required, because being the business side, then being the songwriter, then being somebody who steps into the studio, those are all different transitions that we go through that some people can't make it happen because they just want to be one thing.
Yes. All of that is very, very important. And that was something that I had to learn throughout my journey. You know, I started out like, oh, I want to sing and I'm passionate about it. But once I got to know myself as an artist and putting myself in those different scenarios, like going to the studio, writing a song, or collaborating with other artists, and being on top of your business and making sure the business is in order, and just, you know, et cetera. It's all a machine in one, and you don't even realize it. It's like, wow, it's a lot that you have your hands in a lot of different things to keep everything afloat, if that makes sense.
It does. Let's talk about your music and the way that you dropped an EP. And I'm sure it's up on iTunes and things. What do you do in a situation when they go to iTunes to buy it and the song that you wanted to be the popular one is replaced by something else because somebody likes a deeper cut? How do you deal with that as a creative?
Honestly, because all of my songs, I love all of my songs. And there might be some songs that I enjoy more than others, but as long as the people are happy, whatever they gravitate towards, I'm happy with that, because I'm not only a singer and I'm not only a performer. I feel like I'm a vessel. I'm being used as a vessel to bring joy and to bring experiences to people. So whatever song that it is that the supporters gravitate towards and that they get something from, I'm grateful that I can be used as a vessel to give them that experience. So it really, honestly, it doesn't matter what song it is, because I have my preference, but everybody has their own preferences when it comes to what they like. So I'm just grateful that I could be used as a vessel to give them that experience.
That's such a personal growth thing, because so many times, you know, you can display a piece of artwork on the wall. You may not like it, but somebody else thinks it's a masterpiece.
Right. Absolutely. And that's how it is with my songs. You know, I mean, on my EP, I mean, the song that everybody gravitates towards the most, I gravitate the most towards it too. But you know, like I said, I if they love it, then I'm happy.
Do you ever wish that you were the listener just discovering that song? I mean, but you know the journey, you know what you went through to bring that song together. But sometimes, do you ever wish you could just be the listener?
Oh, I am the listener with other artists and other performers. Oh, I'm on both sides, because just as much as I love to perform and I love to be creative and be an artist, I love to listen to music. Nice. And I love to be the consumer as well. You know, I'm a lover of music, so it all works.
How do you stay so true to that soul sound when you're in Atlanta? Atlanta has got such a wide range of music. I mean, you can go anywhere in Atlanta and pick up a brand new sound.
Yes. So what was the question?
So in other words, how do you stay so true to one sound?
You know what? Honestly, I just go with the flow of how I feel.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the type of artist to, you know, yes, my roots are R&B, soul, those are my roots, and that's me. But I don't limit myself to just that. I have a very wide range, and I have a universal, like, it's universal for me. So, I just do all of it. And I just, whatever they like I said, whatever it is that they like. And if I could be that naturally, with, you know, not being forced, then I'm all for that. So
do you have a home studio to where you can drop the tracks and then take it into an engineer? Or how do you put your music together?
So basically how I do it is I go to the studio. Yeah. I go to different studios and I'll record with different producers. But usually how I do it is I like to usually just lock in with, I'm open to working with different producers and different artists and different, you know, collaborating. But my process is I usually just lock in with one producer and will just naturally just build, you know. And I'm the type of artist where I more so like to create from experiences. I like to write from experiences. That's when it's the most authentic. So I'll go to the studio, I'll write a song and maybe collaborate with other writers and record it, and we'll just go on to the next. And I've also worked in, home studios as well. I've recorded myself as well. I don't have a setup currently, but I have before. But it's just with being where the music is now and where technology is now, it's so many different ways you can record.
That's so true.
You can record a hit song that can be on the top of the Billboard charts in a closet, like literally, as long as you have the right, equipment and everything, and it sounds good, the quality is good. It works.
Oh, so. I love your strength. Where can people go to find your music? That's the one thing that I hear from listeners. Where can I find it? Okay, so we need to teach people how to find your music.
Yes. So basically, honestly, you can just go on. You can go on iTunes, Spotify, all streaming platforms. My music is on all streaming platforms. So you can just go on. Just type my name in on Google, Tenae. And all of my stuff pops up. It's literally right there, everything. And also, if you go on my Instagram, I have a link that has all of my, it's in my bio. It's a Linktree bio. And as long as you click on that, it'll take you directly to all of my music and all of the platforms that it's on.
I love it.
But yeah, Cara Tenae, Google, and then it all pops up on the Instagram.
Please come back to the show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Well, you be brilliant today, okay?
I will. You as well. Thank you.